Good morning and welcome to 7 at 7 from the Economic Times podcasts, a daily financial news capsule to get you clued in for the day. It's Tuesday, the 17th of September, and I am your host, Bhaskar Datta. Let's start with the major global developments of the day. American manufacturing giant Boeing, which is facing a massive worker strike, is making some temporary cutbacks that could hit non-union staff hard, international reports said. Chief Financial Officer Brian West on Monday announced that the company is instituting a freeze on hiring and non-essential travel and will consider furloughs for employees, managers, and executives. The company is temporarily restricting first-class and business travel, including for Boeing executives. On Friday, 33,000 union workers walked off the job after 95% of rank-and-file members voted down a deal reached between leadership of the union and Boeing, and 96% voted to strike, shutting down production at one of America's largest manufacturers and exporters. The strike comes amid widespread worker discontent about stagnant wages. If there's one event that financial markets and businesses around the world have been eyeing more than any other over the past couple of months, it's the US Federal Reserve's two-day interest rate policy meeting that starts today. By now, it's taken as a given that the Fed will cut interest rates for the first time since the COVID crisis, and in the process spark a likely decline in borrowing costs around the world. The million-dollar question is whether it would be a 25 basis point cut or a 50 basis point cut. Futures on the Fed funds rate have priced in a nearly 60% chance of a 50 basis point rate cut by the Fed on Wednesday, according to a Reuters report. That was higher than 45% last Friday and 25% following the release of a US Consumer Price Index report last week. Let's look at what's happening at home. Government officials are trying to understand the ownership structures of quick commerce firms and their dark stores, which are the mini warehouses that are crucial for the foreign-funded platforms to deliver in 15 to 30 minutes. People aware of the matter said to ET. India's foreign direct investment rules do not allow foreign-funded online marketplaces to own inventory or control sellers on their platforms. Because of these restrictions, the dark stores are not owned by the quick commerce platforms themselves, but by separate entities. Nomura, Japan's largest investment bank and broking firm, has jumped into the race to acquire homegrown investment bank Avendus, which is a KKR portfolio company, ET reported. The Avendus sale process has already seen keen interest from Japanese financial conglomerate Mizuho, perceived as the most aggressive contender, and US buyout fund Carlyle. Earlier this year, KKR had appointed Nomura as the sell-side banker for the Avendus transaction, but with the firm joining the fray as a potential suitor, the Japanese bank has relinquished that mandate. It seems Indians are steadily embracing the global EV revolution. Mercedes-Benz has firmed up plans to locally assemble second electric vehicle in India, enthused by steady demand for these cars. Mercedes-Benz India Managing Director Santosh Iyer told ET. Meanwhile, JSW MG Motor India is poised to enter the segment with its new energy vehicles comprising electric, hybrid and plug-in hybrids. Gaurav Gupta, Chief Growth Officer, told ET. The Gujarat International Finance Tech City, which is the government's dream international financial center within the country, is set to get an IT boost. Infosys and Wipro will be among the first Indian software services companies to start their fintech hubs at the GIFT City. Both companies have taken large office spaces within the International Financial Services Center to set up their operations under the TechFin framework, through which they will focus on services aligned with financial technology catering to their global clients. Prime Minister Modi reviewed this development along with other key issues during his visit to GIFT City on Monday. Here's something that has a bearing on one of the most important government aims: increasing female participation in the workforce. The government is planning to create a new framework for flexible working arrangements for women to lift their participation in the labor force by addressing some challenges faced and offering social security benefits to those in the unorganized sector. A task force under Labour Secretary Sumita Daura is studying ways to boost female workforce participation. It is considering a new framework comprising a mix of various flexi-work arrangements for women that could be suggested to states and industry. That's all for today. Thank you very much for tuning in to 7 at 7 from the Economic Times podcasts.